We just heard the song Skyway.
Skyway. A lot of people don't know what the Skyways are.
They don't have Skyways in too many places.
I know, that's kind of why I liked it too, because it's our own little private song for Minneapolis. They're basically the sidewalks above the street because it's too cold in the winter to walk in the businesses, feel they'll get people to come downtown. It's like you can walk for miles and not ever go outside. You can walk around the whole city through the Skyway system. And it's generally the people who are shoppers and work. And so this song was sort of written from the point of a guy who's, like myself, who I don't go up in the Skyways, I mean, what do I have to do up there? I never go shopping or anything, so I sit down there and watch the people walk by.
How do you write your lyrics? Do you run around taking notes?
No, I don't write things down. I tried that before, and then I end up with 45 pieces of napkin and stuff with little lyrics, and I'll sit down and write a song like, all these words on a napkin, and they don't make sense to me, So it's like, it never really works for me like that. I figure if I can't remember it tomorrow, then I'm sure as hell not going to remember it when I get up and play live when I'm excited.
Do you change the lyrics a lot?
I do, to make it fresh for me, and plus, I frankly don't remember them all the time, and I will, a lot of times, sing words that just sound good to me. And then I'll work a song that way by trying to rhyme with the one word that I continually keep saying that sounds good to roll off the tongue or to spew out. You'll notice I sing a lot of words with the vowel sound of I, because it's very easy for my voice. I have a low voice, and it's easier to hit a high note saying I than it is O.
What singers do you admire? Did you ever try to sound like someone?
I definitely spent time copying people.
Right.
Not consciously at first, and then not consciously, but it was very apparent to me. I could hear where I was trying to sound like John Lydon or Rod Stewart or Paul Rogers or, whoever, Black Flag or something. And, you sort of grow out of that. You realize, well, you don't have the greatest voice in the world, but at least it's better to sound like yourself than, be a fool and sound like someone else.
What about the song Nevermind?
Nevermind is one of my favorite songs in the record, and it almost didn't make it because it was done the way it was, and a few people thought it was very vague, and I tried to go in and do the lyric over, and I got pissed off, and then it ended up with the lyrics that are on there. So partially the lyrics are for the people who were trying to make me change it, and it is like it's over, it's all over, but the shouting, never mind. It's like, get out of my face. If the song doesn't make sense, that doesn't matter. It's the feeling is there. I mean, the feeling is like, never mind. It's similar to I Don't Know, but I don't know a few more steps. It's like, okay, just never mind. You don't understand me. I don't know what to say to you. The words I thought I brought, I left behind, so never mind.
Great line.
Yeah, well, I stole it.
Tell us about Alex Chilton, the song and the man behind the song.
Alex Chilton is, I'm happy to say, a friend of ours. Alex is a strange guy where it's difficult to get close to him and to know him. I'm still kind of in awe of him when I meet him and we get together. We hung out in Memphis a little bit, and I figured I wanted to write a song. I wanted to bring it right out into the open. I mean, a lot of bands are influenced by him and will coyly lift a phrase or a riff or something from him. I figure just come right out and write a song about him. What's wrong with that? I mean, everyone else pays homage to him in, around the barn kind of ways. Alex is one of the best songwriters in the world, and, I like the guy, and what the hell?
That's great.
He paid us $50.
We're back with The Replacements. I'm Paul Westerberg. He's talking about his new album, Pleased to Meet Me. Were you a Beatles fan? Your songwriting's sometimes been called Beatlesque.
Sure, it's Beatlesque, yeah. I mean, a lot of stuff I do is Beatlesque, and that's, I'm not trying to get out of it or anything, but a lot of, what's the word? People that don't really understand music will think something is Beatlesque when they'll go from a seventh chord to a minor chord. That is now considered Beatlesque, which actually is more Tin Pan Alley is what it is. It's like following the melody with the chords, whereas rock and roll is basically chords and then melody over that.
There's a distinctive replacement style. Can you describe it?
Yeah, there is a replacement style, and I guess I can't really explain it, but when I hear a band that copies it, and there is such a band or bands that will, lift certain things, the guitar figure being an octave thing, which Bob would always do, and a lot of, a busy bass line is a signature of the Replacements, because that's Tommy, who is a frustrated guitar player. A bass player will pretty much thump with the chord. Tommy will throw in extra notes like on one chord, and more melodic. So it's sort of a melodic bass line, octave guitar, off-key vocal, and Chris struggling to keep the time. It's our song.
When did you write The Ledge?
Yeah, The Ledge, I came up with the riff, this one afternoon in October. It was like a rainy day, and it was written in 45 minutes, and that's all the best songs, all my best songs are written real quick. And the lyrics, they just came. It was like, I didn't have to sit, I didn't have to think, it was just wham, wham, wham. I turned on the little tape recorder, I had it on the ironing board, and it was partially out of the way I had felt at certain times in my life, but I can feel for people that feel totally lost and have no one to turn to. So it was written sort of half of my own experience and half of, maybe me trying to feel how it is to be up there on the ledge.
The Ledge reminds me of Answering Machine from Let It Be, where the tension is built from the repetitive guitar riff. Did you plan it that way?
Yes, but I can't explain, in a good, quick, funny sense. It's more of like the lyrics first, in those kind of songs, Answering Machine and The Ledge. It is basically the lyric that is the song, and the guitar figure behind it is simply, background for the lyric. And Answering Machine is the same way. Other songs will be full chord changes, and this was just, the idea is the song. The music is secondary, although the music is great on Chris and Tommy's part, basically, because they played very tight and emotionally. They reached beyond themselves on that one. I think they felt it too. We all felt it while we were playing it. This is a depressing, frightening song, and, it's a little bit scary, and we really, got into it. It was done in one take, too.
It was?
Yeah. We did other takes, but that was the very first take. And we did it 40 other times, and we realized that the first one was the best.
I've heard you play the song Can't Hardly Wait live for years.
Can't Hardly Wait was a funny song because we'd had it for 3 years, and we tried to record it, I think, on the last 2 records. And we had frankly gotten a little tired of it. And so we tried to do it differently. We figured the song's either dead forever, or we're going to do it differently, and I'm going to change some of the words. So we did record it differently, very quietly. I think probably because I was hungover that day. And I couldn't stand hearing a loud guitar. People are going to think that because picking the Replacements trying to have a hit, but basically I was hungover and I couldn't stand my guitar loud. So we started off with the quiet guitar, and everything sort of fell in from there. After the quiet guitar was on, we figured, let's put horns on and then strings, and it got, a little out of hand. But the lyrics were rewritten the following night.
Not entirely.
Not entirely, but the crack in the drape was right from the Holiday Inn in Memphis.
Yeah.
It blossomed into the grand production that it is today, which is the Memphis horns and the strings, which I have grown to accept. I don't, I'll tell you right now, it wasn't my idea, and I didn't like it at first, and I can handle it, but
You're not bringing your horn section on the road?
No, not at all. You're going to hear the song live, and you're going to wonder, if you're coming to hear the Replacements because Can't Hardly Wait is your favorite song, we may have a little trouble. It's like we're still a rock and roll band on the very outer edges of rock and roll, what a lot of people think that is. We're very sloppy, we're very loud and spirited, and that always comes first rather than musicianship and trying to sound like the record.
What songs are you going to do live?
As far as live, what we've decided, we've never had a set list, and I think this time we are going to get a vague indication, which doesn't mean a set list, but it means, like, let's not start with this song, let's not end with that, and anywhere in between we can sort of wing it. Anything really goes. If someone is dying to hear a song that we don't remember and Slim doesn't know, what the hell, you paid your money, we'll try it. But I think we'll play pretty much all of the new record. Skyway is questionable, although Slim says he has an acoustic guitar for me to borrow, and we'll both maybe play that. Nightclub Jitters. My piano playing is, less than dynamite. So I don't know about that. Yeah, Liberace I ain't, although I do have the shoes.
Are you looking forward to touring?
We've been sitting around so long, we're so dying to play that I think that, I'm losing sleep already. We're not going to be touring for, we'll be touring in April, May, and in June. And I'm already starting to lose sleep about it. It's like the first tour again. It's going to be great. I wouldn't expect anything real different other than our enthusiasm level is probably, much, much higher than it was. And we were getting burnt out, and it was like a blessing in disguise that all this came down and we had to stop.
So you can't hardly wait.
I can't hardly wait. Oh, God, how cute.
You've been listening to the Replacements interview album. Thank you. Hope you're pleased to meet them, and goodbye.